Now again, some queries pertaining to training they have come. Students are asking that what is the procedure for registration of training with company secretary in practice?
Students, if you want to undergo training, the apprenticeship training under a PCS, that is practicing company secretary. First of all, you have to locate a person, a company secretary in practice under whom you want to go for the training. And you have to check whether that PCS is registered with the institute for imparting training to CS students. Once you have located a person, approach him, apply, tell him that I want to undergo training under you. He will take your interview, and once selected, he will confirm that yes, we are ready to take you. After that, a contract will be signed between the trainee and the trainer. It means the student and the company secretary in practice. Between this trainee and trainer, and a contract will be signed as per the format already given on the website of the institute. In that period, it is defined what is the date of commencement of training, what is the duration of training. That contract will be on non-judicial stamp paper of 100 rupees that has to be notarized, signed by both party, and once the contract is signed, scan it, fill up the ST10 form, scan it, and both these documents, ST10 form and the scan copy of the contract, send us by email. Email at training@icsi.edu. After receiving this scanned document, we will check if it is okay, we will register you and we will issue a sponsorship letter. You want to change the medium from Hindi to English, or your family has changed the location, you want to change the examination center. It's possible. You can do it. Online option is available for that also. Go to online services, apply for change of medium, change of group, change of the center. Everything is possible, but up to 7 December 14. What I mean to say, what I mean to emphasize, all these changes, all these requests we will be receiving up to 7th December 14, that all will be incorporated in our data, and accordingly the system, accordingly the roll number will be issued. So it's possible, but after 7th December, friends, it will not be possible.
Thank you, sir. Sir, this is pertaining to examination. So students, they are asking that what candidates are expected to do immediately on receipt of question papers. So do's and don'ts they want to know.
Student, immediately on receipt of the question paper, you have to see that you have received the correct question paper. Say if you are an executive old course student, you have to check whether you have received the correct question with reference to the executive old. If you are executive new program, then new syllabus, then you have to see it is with reference to the executive new syllabus. Once this is done, then the next step is you have to see the total number of pages as mentioned on the top of the question paper, they are intact. You have to see that the pages are the same as number of pages are the same as mentioned on the top page of the front page of the question paper. And once this is done, then on the front page at the top you have to write, there is a space provided, you have to write your roll number. So three things you have to do immediately on receipt of the question paper. First, you have to check whether you have received the correct question paper, whether the number of pages as mentioned on the front page of the question papers are the same or not. Third, you have to immediately write your roll number at the specified space on the front page of the question paper.
Thank you, sir. Now, around 100 and 200 students, they have asked this question. Is there any online mock test for December 2014 examination? So Madam Sonia, would you like to answer this?
I think it is pertaining to your foundation program, that is computer based examination, and there is a mock test available on the website of the institute on the home page. Third tab is for that mock test. You can appear for, you can have practice on that mock test.
Thank you, ma'am. Students, they are asking about the stipend which generally a company secretary in practice offers to the students while they undergo training.
Regarding the stipend, students, I'd like to clarify. Institute has come up with a guideline, but that is a indicative minimum amount. It means that much minimum a PCS is supposed to pay to the students as a stipend. Any amount higher than that, they are free to pay. There are three stages, three types of training. One, student can undergo training for 36 months immediately after taking admission to executive program. In such case, such students, the PCS minimum recommended amount is 2000 rupees per month. Second, student can undergo training after passing executive program for 24 months. In case of PCS, the minimum recommended amount is 3000 rupees per month. Third, after passing the professional examination, student can do the training for 12 months. Under PCS, the recommended amount minimum is 4000 rupees per month. Yeah.
So students, this is again with regard to training only. Students, they are saying that please clarify about training with RBI, SEBI, stock exchanges.
Okay. See, there are two structure of training. Student registered in executive program on or before 31st March 2014. I repeat, students registered in executive program on or before 31st March 2014 are covered under the earlier training structure. And students registered in executive program on or after 1st April 2014, they are covered under the modified training structure. Now let me clarify. Under the modified training structure, there is no 15 days specialized training. But under the students who are covered under the earlier training structure, they are supposed to undergo 15 days specialized training. This 15 days specialized training can be done in various agencies. As per the guidelines available with the institute, you can undergo this training at any office of registrar of companies, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, OL office, SEBI, stock exchange, various agencies available who can take you for 15 days. You can go for I-Court, you can go to this universities, you can look for financial institutions, and procedure is, before you commence, you have to check whether that particular agency is registered with institute to impart the training of 15 days or not. If not registered, in that case, you have to inform to institute, they have to request the agency that register themselves first. Once they will get it registered, once the agency is registered, after that, student will apply to institute for a sponsorship letter. For getting a sponsorship letter, in case of this 15 days specialized training, the student should be professional program passed. It means what? 15 days specialized training can be done only after passing the professional examination. So you have to send the pass certificate of the professional examination. Second, you have to send the confirmation letter from that agency that they are agreeing to take you as a training. Third, you must have completed your 15 months training, the long-term internship, because this 15 days specialized training is allowed only when you have completed your long-term internship of 15 months. So three things you have to submit. One, your request letter. Second, your training completion certificate of long-term internship of 15 months. Third, your confirmation letter from that specialized agency whether they have agreed to take you as a trainee. After receiving all three documents, institute will verify the facts, and if it is okay, will issue the sponsorship letter. I once again repeat, friends, that before commencement of any training, sponsorship letter is must.
So thanks for throwing light on new modified training structure. Students, they have a lot of doubts regarding the same. Now this question has come for examination, that what would be the language of question paper?
Students, all questions paper will be supplied in English. English will be the medium of asking the questions, except for executive program old syllabus module 1 and executive program new syllabus module 2. what I mean to say is, for module 1 executive program old syllabus and module 2 executive program new syllabus, the answers, the question paper will be in bilingual, that is English with Hindi translation. For rest other modules and the program, the medium of asking the question will be English. In module 1, as you are aware, there are 3 papers: general and commercial law, company accounts, cost and management accounting, and tax laws. So these 3 papers, they will be in English with Hindi translation. Similarly, executive program new syllabus, 3 papers: company accounts and auditing practice 1, capital market and security laws 2nd, and third one is industrial labor and general law. These 3 papers, they will be in bilingual. Now third paper that I have told you, that industrial labor and general law, this will be a OMR based examination. So for that also, the booklet that will be supplied to you will be in bilingual, that is English with Hindi translation.
Thank you, sir. Now this is with regard to academics only. Students, they are asking that how they can get amendments in tax laws for December 2014 examination.
Students, the amendments in which are relevant for December examination, we have the 3-4 days back we have circulated the student bulletin and foundation bulletin to all of you. We have included the tax updates in those bulletins, and apart from that, it is also available on our website under the head academic corner. You can go through it.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, sir, this is regarding to training exemption. Students, they are asking that who are eligible to claim exemption from undergoing training, and what is the procedure for claiming exemption in case they want to claim that.
As per regulations, student, either student has to undergo the training successfully or he should claim the exemption. Now for claiming the exemption, there are provisions defined in the CS regulation 1982. And if students who are having the working experience as per the provisions defined in the regulations, they can claim the exemption. Now it depends upon the case to case basis. How much experience you are having, in which industry you are having, what is the size of industry, what is your position in the organization, and accordingly it will be assessed whether you are eligible to take exemption, to be granted exemptions on the basis of your provisions of the CS regulations. So what will advise in such case, there is a ST10 form. In that form you have to apply for exemptions. You have to submit the experience certificate from your organization where you have the experience, mentioning the brief profile, the job description, your designation, date, from which date to which date you are working in that organization, and that certificate will be issued by the authorized signatory of your company. Along with that, you are supposed to submit an organizational structure, organizational chart, mentioning your position. That should be also authenticated by authorized signatory of your organization. And third, the latest available audited balance sheet. These 3 documents you have to submit along with the ST10 form to institute. Your case will be assessed, and if you are found eligible, the exemption will be granted to you. Let me clarify, students, that exemption is granted fully or partially. If you are eligible, you may get full exemptions. If you are not eligible, you may get partial exemptions. That depending upon case to case basis.
Thank you, sir. This is again for you only, this question. Many students, they want to know that they have applied for change of center medium module, but the same is not getting reflected in their online enrollment status.
What I will suggest, students, have patience, wait for some time. We have not yet uploaded the data on the website. Tentatively, before commencement of examination 10 to 12 days in advance, we will be posting the detailed data on our website. Then you verify the facts, and if still there is discrepancy, please bring it to our notice. We will rectify. So I repeat, students, you will be able to download your roll number from the website 10 to 12 days advance from the commencement of examinations.